Nothing a big old kiss from you won't fix.
Here's another one, and another one.
Mommy's with the maggots now.
Still stacking plaques, still action packed, and dope, I keep it flipping. Have your face flown, cause I'll prove it. Scratch off the music.
I have always been a fan of movies that take place in one location. Reservoir Dogs, Hateful Eight, 12 Angry Men, Snowpiercer, Evil Dead, and now Evil Dead Rise. I appreciate the ability to use a single environment to tell a creative story that keeps the audience hooked, proving that it is not the vastness of the world that matters, but the content and quality of the story. As you can probably tell from the introduction, I'm very pleased with this film. The film opens with a girl succumbing to a deadite entity, scalping her friend and decapitating the other. One day earlier, Beth, a guitar technician, finds out that she is pregnant and pays a visit to her sister Ellie and her 3 children. Disc jockey Danny, activist Bridget, and little Cassie. When the children are out getting pizza, an earthquake hits, revealing a secret catacomb under the building. Danny finds religious artifacts, 3 vinyls, and a book. The records reveal the book to be the Naturom Demonto. A priest reads the book out loud, releasing demon forces that cut the power to the whole building. Ellie is possessed in the elevator, returns home, vomits, and collapses in front of her family. Beth tries to save her sister. Scared that the elevator may collapse, she tries to take the stairs, which have collapsed. Assuming Ellie is dead, Beth lays her to rest. 2 neighbors, Gabriel and Mr. Fonda, attempt to break into a vacant apartment with a fire escape to help get everyone out. Ellie suddenly wakes up and attacks the family. Beth manages to lock Ellie out of the apartment, who kills Gabriel and Mr. Fonda. Bridget, having been infected by a wound, also turns. When she tries to attack her little sister, Cassie impales Bridget through the mouth. Danny informs Beth about the book and the vinyls. She creates a power supply with batteries to find answers about the Deadites. Bridget awakens and attacks Danny. Ellie crawls through the vents into the apartment. Bridget mortally wounds Danny, and Beth stabs Ellie through the nose with a pair of scissors. Beth grabs Mr. Fonda's shotgun. Ellie, Bridget, and Danny turn into a multi-limbed creature, while Beth and Cassie jump into the elevator. The elevator begins filling with blood and falls to the parking lot. Beth kills the abomination in a wood chipper, escaping with Cassie. The final scene shows the girl who succumbed to the deadite entity at the beginning of the movie being attacked by a demon. I'm very happy to say that Evil Dead Rise is an Evil Dead movie that manages to have that perfect blend of terrifying horror and comedy. Major praise needs to be given to Alessa Sutherland, who plays Ellie. Her toothy grin, hollow cheeks, and cat-like eyes help give this otherworldly look that is made frightening with the brilliant use of makeup. With just a look, facial expression, or head tilt, she can tap into the comedic side of the Deadites without detracting from the terror of the character or situation. This is definitely something that the 2013 remake lacked, fully leaning into horror. Director Lee Cronin plays with some fun camera angles and shots that make the movie really entertaining to watch. There are a lot of horror movies where family members are possessed and try to kill their relatives, but Cronin makes it seem refreshingly horrific. He does foreshadow moments a little bit too obviously, like the scissors, the wood chipper, a stick breaking into a spike, and a character joking about an unclean decapitation, but I am grateful that he does this, instead of pulling it out last minute. It is great to see Cassie have heroic moments by helping out Beth, instead of just being a child that Beth needs to protect. She slides a pair of scissors to her aunt and turns the wood chipper off to save Beth, and turns the wood chipper on to liquefy the multi-limbed creature. A lot of people will no doubt criticize the absolutely moronic decisions by characters, but moronic decisions by characters are a staple of the Evil Dead franchise. Ash practically has a brick for a brain. I don't care. I do not watch Evil Dead movies for good decisions. I watch it for the creative kills, dark humor, and volumetric tons of blood. Think about it this way. If you discovered a volume of the Naturom Demonto, you would not be at least a little curious as to see what this book is all about? I know that at least one idiot, me, would make an entire day out of it. Don't worry, I'm from the South. We got a surplus of guns and Bibles. We're all safe. There's a reason why rednecks and Vietnam veterans aren't protagonists in horror movies. They win. Easily. The movie does have some weak points, no doubt. Cassie really seems to be the main child the story focuses on. Danny and his skills of using a turntable is only really needed to play the vinyls and unleash the demons. Bridget does not really do anything at all, except get infected and kill Danny. Neither Deadite Danny nor Bridget are even particularly scary. Ellie is the main source of fright. If Danny and Bridget had been taken out, it would have streamlined the story a lot more and could have focused on a relationship between Beth, Ellie, and Cassie. But major props to Morgan Davis. I would have never guessed he is Australian. This is a movie with the underlying message of maternal protection and motherhood, something it does well, but it could have done better. It would have been really nice to see if they could have incorporated the father of Beth's child into the movie and developed the soon-to-be mother-daughter relationship between Beth and Cassie. My biggest issue with the film is the multi-limbed abomination. It is not scary and is kind of goofy. If the final battle was a crazy shotgun blasting, chainsaw slashing, car ramming bloodbath between Beth and their deadite family and neighbors, I would have appreciated that a lot more than Beth Fargoing her sister, niece, and nephew. There are some other sins, like loud music used for fake jump scares, a Benedictine coin that is taken by Danny that plays no role in the film. Why did the priest not destroy the vinyl records, or at least put them and the book in a safe and throw away the key? But this does not detract from Evil Dead Rise being a fun horror film that is reverent to the history of Evil Dead and is made by people who care and want to make entertaining films. Even the end credits are great. You get to see the gruesome art inside the book. Needless to say, if you're looking for an entertaining film to watch, I do not believe you will go wrong with Evil Dead Rise. Thank you for watching.
Have you found the little cubby hole behind the sat-nav screen in there?
Here it is. Yes, I found it.
That's where you put your pistol and your Bible.